shirt's on backwards again.
It's a rock garden! Yeah, we got some rocks!
Well, sometimes you just need a nap, you know what I'm saying?
What's up? We're out here and we are doing a semi-local trail. I've only done this trail once and it was right when I first got the buggy, so I'm super stoked to come do it again. People ask me all the time, how does Colby get to the trail? How do you bring your daughter on the trail? Well, I'm telling you, there's always an open seat, and we got Dan's dad over here chauffeuring her around today. Dan's dad's name is Daryl. I just want everybody to know that. And that's how Colby gets to the trail. That's how she does it. And you guys can find open seats too for your kids. Ever wonder why we have a trail car and not a comp car? Well, this is exactly why. Most of the trails we do are not in comp settings with close to the trailer courses. So having a good capable car that can be as fun to the trail as it is on the trail gets way more smiles per mile. Not to mention, we go wheeling for 3 or 4 days sometimes. Having heated seats in a car we can be comfortable in is huge for our style of wheeling. Welcome to the beginning of the trail and the gatekeeper. Just a heads up, gatekeeper is usually the first obstacle on a trail that gives you a good idea of what to expect for the rest of the trail to be like. It's not necessarily the hardest obstacle, and if you struggle or have to winch up the gatekeeper, then you probably have no business on that trail. Mike, on the other hand, with his rear steer Yoda-based buggy, looks like he has all the business on this trail. Looks like I'm up. This gatekeeper is a pretty straightforward waterfall obstacle with a hard breakover angle. Line yourself up where your belly bottoms out on the breakover the least and roll on through it. Virgil's back in action with some blacked out panels after being out with an injury for a few months. Comment below whether you like the white retro Toyota panels or the new blacked out panels better.
I just want to let you know your shirt's on backwards again.
I can never wear my BFG shirt on straight. Yay. We brought Dan along, the XJ King. We met Dan in San Paulo at our subscriber run, found out that he was local to our area, and saw what he could make that crazy XJ do, and we knew we were going to get him out on some trails with us. Turns out Dan's dad, Daryl, has a built to high hell JK and came along and was Colby's pick for open seat to ride with.
Yeah, buddy.
It's a rock garden! Rocks! Yeah, we got some rocks!
I challenge you to find a 10-year-old girl that gets more stoked about rock gardens than Colby does. It's alright, I'll wait. While I'm waiting, it looks like C found some trail trash and Jess is on it.
Oh, I see it.
Just look in the rocks first. Alright.
Modelo.
Hello.
Are you going to have to move up a bit? Thank you, thank you. Very kind, sir, very kind.
Now it's time to work through a long stretch of Boulder Garden, Colby's favorite, until we get to the next big obstacle.
Rear passenger.
I really don't like how this angle makes my rig look like a Mario Kart, but what I do really like is the fact that you can see me controlling both front and rear steering to manipulate my way through the obstacles.
Look at you, four-wheel drive. Get a Spider-Man stance for a minute. Oh man.
What happened? Glass?
Glass.
Can't have nothing nice out here.
I know. You guys, you can bring whatever you want on the trail, but I do not recommend glass because that sucks. Not cool. How does this make you feel?
Sad.
See? See, even Dan's sad.
Very sad.
We are very sad. That is such a rad built JK. So dope. Killing it, bud.
It's a whole different world bringing this big thing.
Check it out, a crack obstacle that's not in Sand Hollow. Virgil's heading up first. Due to his rig being very narrow, he's able to stay more to the right and stay barely on the wall with his front driver tire. And his rear stays at the bottom with still being able to make this line. All rigs are very different, and those differences have big give and takes. To make up for those, you have to find the way that works best for your rig. Time for me to give it a try. Now my rig is much wider than Virgil's, so I have to straddle the crack much more to miss the big rock face on the passenger side. So I go higher up the crack on the driver's side, and because I have a rear steer, I turn my rears towards the wall so my rear axle will straddle it just like my front axle did. Two different rigs, two different lines, same successful outcome. Any other Cherokee build, I would have highly recommended them to pass on this bonus line, but I've seen Dan drive and I've seen his build do work.
That's bindy. That's a scary start. Holy crap! Let me introduce you guys to the Cherokee King! I did that thing again where you're looking at cool shit and it goes, and then, oh.
Not too much further up the trail, we've got what we like to call the stadium. It consists of a wide spot in the wash that has a ton of different lines you can choose from. All of them are hard, but you can snake around and make them as hard as you want. This is the stadium, and the crack on the right is a line that I didn't even see the first time that I did this trail. And after hearing it's been something that I've been wanting to scratch off the list ever since.
Apparently this crack is kind of a big deal on this trail, so we'll see how it goes. We're gonna get rowdy.
As you approach this crack, you have a chunky and uneven wall on the right, and on the left you have a huge boulder resting on the bedrock that has a massive undercut that you have to get your driver's side tires on top of. When all fours are turning, my rear tires are pushing my fronts under the edge of the undercut. By putting it in front dig, it allows the fronts to spin without the added forward pressure of the rears, letting it climb the edge instead of getting pushed into it. Once your fronts are over the edge of the undercut, you'll throw it back into all four, straddling the crack as you move forward. My front is bound up due to the amount of traction this rock has. By turning my wheel back and forth, it's allowing it to wiggle its way out of the bind. Now that my rears are lined up with the undercut, I'll do the same as I did with the front axle, but I'll end up putting it in rear only, allowing it to climb the crack without the fronts pulling the rears into the undercut. Keeping the buggy straddled evenly in the crack, I drive it out, using my front dig at the end to pivot me left back towards the main line.
Do I just turn it off when I'm done?
Mike also tries a line that I've not seen yet, but unfortunately his front tire slips off and completely wedges itself, binding it to the point where when he puts it in reverse, it wants to roll his rig, and when he puts it in forward, it just binds it even more, kind of like an off-road Chinese finger trap.
Oh, don't turn that way. Oh. Yeah, go, 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 go. Keep it like that. There you go.
Hey, cool Mike, how's it doing over there?
You know, sometimes you just need a nap, you know what I'm saying?
You just like totally snoozed Sunday, didn't have enough sleep.
Got up too early.
You're like, boys, I'm done. I'm taking a rest. So, that angle was hard to see. Almost fell. It's pretty rocky here. I do better in a buggy instead of my feet. But this shows you a little more how off camber he was. That's what we call a situation right there. And yeah, I know you guys are like, just why don't you just back out?
Yeah, look at you, man.
That front tire in there is pinched so hard, and between two rocks, it's locked him in. If he goes forward, it's wanting to toss him. If he goes backwards, it's wanting to toss him. Front dig, rear dig, wanting to toss him. But if he puts it on all four, it's just gonna blow that axle to smithereens. So this is why we got to come in. But we tried really hard to get it through under its own power. This rock was just, you know, a dick. That's, oh, it's so good. Whatever. If you don't make it the first time, you get off it, you do it again, dang it. Cut that, cut that. There is nothing better than getting jacked up on a line, backing off, and then owning it. Cool Mike points.
We got everybody up and out of the stadium, and now it's just a long wash and some small boulder gardens for the rest of the trail.
All right, guys, we just finished the trail. It was epic, it was long, it was hot, even though it's what, November? Still hot, super hot. And we're gonna finish up here. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.
Sponsored in part by BF Goodrich Tires, Warren Industry Winches, KC HiLites, and AXEL Off-Road Helmets. Best way to support this channel is give that subscribe button a little skiddly do, diddle that notification bell, give this video the fat finger, and leave a dirty little comment below.